Hi everyone, I'm Miss Brower, and I wanted to first of all apologize for not being here for back to school night. I'm actually in a wedding this weekend, so I had to fly up to Portland, so I apologize. Hopefully that's a legit enough reason. So welcome to AP Biology. This is one of my favorite classes, and in all honesty, I really do love this group. It's a pretty small group this year. Last year I had 2 classes, and they're really on it. Their homework, their notes are fantastic. I'm really excited about the potential for the students this year. They're really working hard, so yay your students. Give them a pat on the back or a kiss on the cheek or whatever you do with your high school students. Anyway, so I'm going to go over a couple things. So here's kind of my little agenda that we're going to cover today. So first of all, I want you to understand my philosophy as a teacher and why I became a teacher. I have a background in theater as well. Love theater and science, but I felt like my passion for science needed to be passed on. I know that for me, there was kind of one teacher, a science teacher, who made a difference and made me kind of fall in love with science, and that's what I want to do with your kids. Of course, AP Biology is a very difficult class, so it's not as fun or easy as some of the other science classes, but I find the challenge really fun, and I really do try to make class very fun. You can ask your students about me doing the most in class. So anyway, so that's my philosophy. I love what I do and I love your kids, and I also really try to cater to what learning styles they have. So one of the first days of school we did a multiple intelligences test, which shows me how they learn. So I try to kind of cater my class to them as well. By the way, Lexi and Cortez's parents, if you're here, I'm sorry you're hearing essentially the same thing twice because you're in both of my AP classes. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you how I structure my room so your students are always set up for success. First of all, I have the daily agenda over here. The day, kind of the main activities we're going to do, and if there's any assignment. So right now they don't have anything due to me. They just need to start reviewing for a quiz, for example, and we have our big lab today. So this is kind of the daily activity. They can always walk in and say, what are we doing today? Oh yeah, lab, I better get on it, otherwise Miss B is going to get mad. And then I also have the weekly schedule, which is right down here. So AP Bio is on the bottom here. This will be sometimes a little less detailed than the daily agenda, but I try to have their homework on there, and I try to have roughly what's going to happen the week, so they can plan ahead for the week as well. In addition to that, I believe I'm like super type A, so I believe in being organized. So one of the things I do is make a calendar for the entire semester. So this calendar has all of the labs that they're going to be doing, give or take. I mean, there's a little room for wiggle there, and same with testing quizzes and homework assignments. One of the reasons I do this is because I know that I get really busy, and the only way I can make everything happen is if I'm organized about it. So, for example, if I am a student who has a show coming up, and I know that I'm going to be really busy that week, I might try to get a little bit ahead in some of my homework so I'm prepared so that that week doesn't kind of put me under and have too much on my plate. So that is another thing that they have. They all have copies of this, and I do keep one on the board as well. So if you have questions about that, if you'd like a copy as well, just let me know and I can make that happen. So those are some of the things that I do to set up your student for success. I also have tutoring hours, which actually the AP Bio kids are pretty good about coming to so far, to help them if there's like difficult concepts that they didn't quite grasp, they can come to tutoring. They can also schedule tutoring with me anytime. If they can't make that day, we can arrange something. I can try to move some things around and help them out there too. So like I said, all the assignments are on the calendar, and I have kind of a unique assignment policy in my class. So in my AP classes, I should say. So we decided this last year. How it works is I know most AP students have a lot of AP classes and a lot of AP level homework or pre-calculus or whatever it is. And so I try to be kind of understanding in the sense that some people just get this stuff. Maybe they need to concentrate in government because that's hard for them and biology is easy for them or whatever. If they don't need to do the vocab and notes, if they can get an A naturally on the exam, I want to give them that opportunity to lessen their homework load in this class. So my policy is if they get their first quiz or test, if they get a real A, not a curved A, but a real A, that means that they don't owe me homework for the next section, essentially. If they do, then they all owe me all that homework that's passed. So usually what I encourage, and I think everyone in this class did this, is to do the homework up until the first quiz and then gauge how you think you're going to be. So you can still get an A in my class, but if it's a curved A, it doesn't count as like no homework allowed. So that's my policy. Students love it because every once in a while they'll, a couple students might continue to get A's and they're like, I'm going to try this whole no homework thing. That's totally fine with me. So it's a little thing I try to change up a little bit. I also allow lab and quiz regrades. So if someone just bombs a quiz, you know, maybe they had a show and they just did not have their stuff together, they got sick, whatever it was, they can turn their test back in, and they know the rules of how to do that and what they need to do in order to get some of those points back. Remember, ultimately my goal is for them to learn this material well enough that they're going to be able to remember for the AP exam. So that is one of the reasons that I do that, because it's teaching them. Sometimes I feel like you learn the best when you mess up first, and then you really, really know it after that. I do have a syllabus, which theoretically all of you have seen because you've all signed off seeing it, supposedly anyway. But I do have some up here in case that didn't happen, so you're welcome to take a look at that. Just a reminder that if someone takes an AP class, they are expected to take the AP exam. And I strongly encourage this, because if they don't, they will take a cumulative final in my class, and it is not easy. It might as well be an AP exam. So just keep that in mind. Start, you know, saving for the end of the year or whatever it is. So as far as contacting me, I'm very open to email. I've had students in all my classes say, you know what, my student works best like this. I'm happy to accommodate if I know about it, but I can't accommodate if I don't know about it. So feel free to reach out. You know, if your student does not work next to Joe Bob, then maybe send me an email. You know what, he's not sitting well next to Joe Bob. Is there any way you can move him away from that? I'm happy to accommodate as much as possible. But in addition to that, today, so email me whenever. Today, I do have a sign-in sheet, if you wouldn't mind signing in just so I know who was here. But also, you can have your email on here, so if you, and you can set up a conference. So if you would like an in-person conference, you're more than welcome to sign this and let me know that. In addition, Eva, who's my helper today, will have my camera. So if you want to just say, hey, I'm Cortez's mom and I had a question about this, feel free to do that. And then you can actually put your email on here as well, and I'll email your response or call you, whatever you prefer, to get back to you as well. So I hope that kind of sums me up. If you have more questions, I'm sure you can ask your students. But feel free to contact me anytime, and I look forward to meeting you in the future. I'm really excited about my group of AP Bio students, so you should be proud of your kids. Thank you.